which therapist you need.
Therapy Thursday.
Now on Wild 94.1.
I understand therapy.
Hi, everybody.
Therapy Thursday is where we talk it out and work it out. Whatever problem you have, we will try and help you. Dr. Davi is here.
Yep.
Meredith MD is here.
All day.
Orlando BGYN is here just in case you have a problem. We could solve them or try. We are not smart, but we do have microphones.
Okay. All right.
We try every now and then.
All right, let's see here. They're already coming in out of the 863. This says, for all of the doctors, my wife and her sister are best friends, and she is at our home almost daily. I find myself attracted to her, and I want to know, is that normal? Like, is it transference or something like that? I would never betray my queen, but I'm trying to figure out where this is coming from because there's no physical relationship between us at all. Any idea, doctors?
It's perfectly normal. It is. Don't.
Perfectly?
Yeah.
Perfectly normal to want to or fantasize.
To be able to identify a beautiful person,
Yeah.
a good-looking person of the opposite sex. Yes.
He didn't say she was beautiful and good looking.
He did. He said he's like. What did he say?
He wanted it.
He fantasizing her.
Yeah, he wants to get it.
He's not fantasizing over her
attractive.
if she's ugly. She's attractive.
Well, but she might be though. That's the thing. That's where transference comes. Like, put it this way:
is your wife ugly? Because I'm sure there's probably a similarity.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Your wife might. He didn't say
He has a
anybody's
type.
looks. He said this is my wife's sister and her best friend. So there might be some transference, meaning that he loves his wife and he sees parts of his wife in the sister. So he's transferring that feeling over to her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm lusting after this one because I love this one and I see parts of her in this. So is that normal? Maybe. I would say that's a good explanation of it.
And it's also possible she has a hot sister.
That's true.
And if you're into your wife, with I hope you are, then there's a likelihood that those similarities are also something that would, that you're attracted to. Just don't move on it. Don't ever say anything by any means. Right. Don't tell anybody but us.
Yeah.
And
you leave that in the closet.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't say
Don't ever say anything about that.
Anthony has brothers.
Yeah.
Do you see any of him in his siblings?
Yes, their sense of humor, although they have different fathers, so they don't look exactly similar.
Is Anthony the hot brother?
Boy, you better watch your mouth. You're going to do an answer.
This is not plead the fifth.
I'm just trying to slide that in there.
Yeah. Write that one down for Monday. Yeah.
When she's out of please.
That one's going to come back.
A text came out of
Look at this one. We have a new Therapy Thursday that just came in. This side of the 813 says, my husband cheated on me a few years ago, and on this date, every year, since then, I get down. We've worked past it, but I feel like I have PTSD in some sort of sense. How do I work through this, or am I just stuck with this annually?
Yeah, you're stuck with that date.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think you got.
I thought you were going to be nicer about that.
No,
we're realistic.
We was trying to give.
You're never not going to remember what you found out on this. There's just certain days that just stick out.
But you know what's funny is we use Q words and keywords and stuff because therapy tells you to do so, and so you're like, we worked past it. Have you? Because if every year it boomerangs back and you feel the same feelings, you maybe not as far past it as you thought. So you probably have more work to do. And maybe one day you can get past it where you're not reminded. Create more happy days, then they will outweigh the bad days. If you haven't, then those bad days still stay prevalent.
Maybe it's a day to...
That sounded smart to me.
It did.
It does sound smart.
Maybe that'd be a great day to show yourself some self-love, some self-care, manicure, massage,
or don't do it just self and do a combined. You said y'all are still together, so make that a love day.
She probably don't want to see him. Like
we getting past it. So that's when you go out to the Burns dinner. Like we going to do that.
Like the whole do something for yourself and then go be a city girl for one day.
See, city girls will mess you up. You get out there and one of them going to say something slick like, ain't this the day he did so-and-so? No, don't do that, girl.
I got one that came in for you, It says, my child's father and I are butting heads with co-parenting. Mainly, it's a discipline issue. It's always fun and games at his house. Even when she's supposed to be in trouble and has been bad, he fails to put his foot down. It makes me look like the bad guy. She always wants to go to his house. It's making it so hard on me. We've had a million conversations conversations about this, and absolutely nothing changes.
Well, that's why he likes the attention that he gets from her from not being a good or a decent parent, because that also comes into play. It's not that he's a bad parent, but you're not really fulfilling your whole role if you can't put your foot down at least every now and then. You also have to show you're raising a child to be a parent one day, to be a good adult. And if you don't ever teach them that there are repercussions for what they're doing, then what do you think is going to happen when they grow up and become an adult? They're going to screw up way more.
I would say that I think that the best way to co-parent is a lot of communication and a lot of amnesia. That helps, because amnesia takes you away from why you broke up, because it ain't about your relationship no more. Leave all that alone. Everything she did, he did, whoever did, whatever, let that go and concentrate on the kids. Communicate, over-communicate to make sure both of you are on the same page. And if you do that, both of you end up on the same page of celebration and of child rearing. So that'll be the best thing. I would say if it's always fun over there, sit down and have a very non-confrontational conversation about it with your partner and say, hey, listen, we got to share, the wins and the warts. We got to share the child rearing and the celebration. And I don't think you're really pulling your part. So let me help you point out what we need, because they need it.
Yeah. Plus, it's not fair. Stop trying to be the fun parent all the time. Make me look bad.
Yeah, you can't be celebration station, and I'm over here being penitentiary. It's much wrong.
Cool.
Much wrong with that.
Daddy's house.
I want to go to Daddy's. Daddy's the turn-up spot.
Right.
888-429-0941. Your questions on the other side. Hold on. Right now. Somebody just wrote us in the 813 says Orlando is wearing his smart pants today.
Oh, you love reading that, don't you?
I don't, because I'm offended. I'm smart every day.
That's questionable.
Like, I never.
How often does that text come through?
Every day is what I said. Like, it's very funny. All right, anyway, we got your questions coming in. 888-429-0941. I think there was a call that you put on hold.
Yeah, we have an anonymous call.
All right,
anonymous.
No names are great when you don't want to have your name tied to what you're going to say. What we got?
Okay, so you guys have worked together for a long time. I know you guys have hired new people. Imagine bringing somebody else new to the freak show, and you're cool with them. You guys have established a relationship previously, but imagine that person now calling HR on every single thing that you do, that you've done. What do you do?
Easy. Distance yourself from that person immediately.
Well,
Physical violence.
Okay.
No, I was just kidding.
Yeah. First of all, I would say, in your hypothetical question, is it true? Are there actionable things that are happening? Because if people work together for a long time, they get comfortable with each other and start saying things that, like, you give the benefit of the doubt to somebody who works. Meredith says loose, blue, nasty things to us daily, and we would never go turn it in because we know her heart, we know where she comes from. But if somebody else walks into this room and hears her say, "Ooh, I'm about to go on a porn site real quick," and they would be like, "What are you doing?" And we wouldn't even blink an eye.
I feel like you're dry snitching.
I'm telling too much. I'm sorry. But I'm saying that's a good example. So the people who work together are more comfortable and have earned each other's trust. Somebody walk in the door and they're like, "Yo, this is just a hotbed for HR." We went through that with somebody. Like, we had somebody who joined the show years ago and was here like a hot cup of coffee and then left because they were like, this is a exotic ball. What the hell is this? And blah, blah, blah. And they dipped. So it is a thing where it's not just a person being salacious or trying to be like, like a real dork or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at it that way. Huh?
They're trying to take down the top.
Well, they want your
absolutely.
job.
And they also might be plotting on your job.
Yeah.
Trust me, we've seen that.
Yes.
Right.
And I mean, it's a thing. You have to move different. You have to know that.
100%, and that keeps it awkward. How do you work?
But awkward isn't like doesn't mean that you can't work. Awkward just makes it like the job. The job is easy when everybody is of like-minded. Like, like they're like-minded. If everybody's of the same thought process. So it's like, put it this way: somebody joins a cabinet in the government. They come in. They're not going to be the person who's been walking around with that administration and everything else. So, in essence, you can't really move like you normally would move, because this person is here now and they have to get up to speed. Until they do, you might have to move a little different. Like stop, smacking each other on the butts like it's a baseball team and all this other stuff. The stuff that you did before, you kind of got to watch yourself because there's company here.
Can't
you know
she
what
go
I'm
to
saying?
the boss or anything yet? Can she? Because you're a boss, Orlando. That's why I
No,
asked.
don't go. No, don't take
I was just
anything
asking.
higher.
Don't out
because
tattle
honestly, because they're gonna go to the boss.
Okay.
And so what you can do is go to your employers and say, hey, listen, everything that you know that we do on the show, I'm making sure that I watch it very closely because now we have a new person in here, and the comfortability of everything might be something that we want to make sure we curtail because we don't want this person to get the wrong idea. So I'm telling you this ahead of time so we can make sure we get ahead of it. Boss will appreciate that and probably head off anything that'll go crazy. Okay?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
Keep us updated.
fingers and toes, because it sounds like y'all got some nasty things going on in there. Okay? I appreciate it.
I got one for Dear Dobie.
Hey, Dobie.
Hey, Dobie.
Good spelling right there.
4 years ago, I hooked up with a guy while working out of state. Fast forward, now I've met the love of my life. Turns out the random one-time hookup is my current guy's cousin. Once I realized that they knew each other, I got ahead of it and told my spouse first. He said he isn't worried about it and he won't judge my past. He just had to ask me a couple questions about it, and I've been very truthful. And he says he was just checking what I was going to say, but he still is insisting it doesn't bother him. Do you think he is really bothered by this? Is there anything I should be doing to make him feel more secure?
I mean, it's not news you want to hear, but it doesn't sound like he's super pressed about it. I say leave it alone. You did the right thing. It was a long time ago. You were open, upfront, honest. I say let it go. If you keep bringing it up, or if there's something you could do, there's nothing you could do. Nothing but time will help this. Leave it alone. If he brings it up, then answer his questions and move forward with it. But don't keep going back to the well and are you okay? Are you sure you want to talk about it? No, he don't want to talk about it. Just leave it alone.
Okay.
Totally great answer right there.
We just got one in. Did
What?
you see that one? That last one that just came in?
The one out of the 863?
Yes.
Yeah, I was getting ready to read it. It says, I listen to you guys all the time. I decided I wanted your input on your combo this morning, so I need some advice from, I find myself, this must be a voice to text. I find myself extremely attractive. I know you guys do because I get hit on online. I get compliments from the other beautiful women, but in person, I don't get hit on, and I don't know why. I'm also not a person that is going to shoot my shot. How do I find someone that likes me, but I don't have to approach them and go through dating sites? So this person wants to be approached. They don't want to be the aggressor.
Right.
They're found attractive, but nobody is shooting a shot.
Maybe they're too hot sometimes, so that's a little off-putting. Maybe they don't want to say that. You know what? These days, girls are shooting their shots, so maybe you're going to have to put yourself out there a little bit more.
You have to put yourself in approachable situations, too. You have to make it where, okay, you're not going to approach somebody, but maybe be in a situation where somebody sees you, or you can kind of do some non-verbal things. You can't just expect Prince Charming to come swoop you out of nowhere.
But that's what we're always told, Dottie.
It's not going to happen.
That's your parents failing you right there.
Yeah, even if it's like a flirty little glance or maybe like a little brush on the shoulder or something, you have to compromise just a little bit.
Ooh, I got an analogy.
Dímelo.
It's a smart day. I got my smart pants
Go
on.
for it, go for it.
All right, a pilot lands a plane.
Here we go.
Is she the pilot or the plane?
Well,
Or
the runway.
if y'all don't stop undermining my brilliance. A pilot lands a plane.
Right.
But somebody clears the runway. That's just as important as the pilot. We give all the credit to the pilot, but there are people who working together. You might not want to shoot the shot. Clear the runway for somebody to shoot the shot. It's just kind of what Davi was saying. So think about it that way. You don't have to be the aggressor, but clear the path for somebody to do that. Maybe make yourself available. Go to those common places. Go to some places you might like the guy. If you like guys with sports, go to the Bucks game. If you like guys, go to the hockey game. Do something. Clear the pathway for somebody to say, hey, you good looking, man, and you interested in what I'm interested in. And then they shoot their shot. Do the assist. You ain't got to hit the game-winning shot. Pass the ball.
And you know
That was brilliant, goddamn.
that was good.
Like,
Yeah.
y'all just messed it up with your little ha-ha.
You know how they say, like, the majority of communication is, like, body language?
Yes.
Maybe you're giving off unapproachable vibes and not even knowing it. Maybe you're kind of, like
resting bee face.
Exactly. If you're maybe a little bit more bubbly, a little bit more smiley.
Giggly.
Yeah, maybe somebody will talk to you.
Don't go out with like
Bubbly.
7 girls, I would say. Maybe just like 1 or 2 chicks. That way it's easier to have
That is
somebody
true,
come up to
too.
you.
Don't go out with a big circle because a big
Right.
circle give them too many options.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you over there giving off difficult vibes,
Right.
the whorish one that's 2 clicks over is a
Right.
lot better option.
Yeah, get your fugly friend and go hit up that happy hour.
There's the advice. The best, brilliant advice here
Get
from
your
the Freak
fugly
Show.
friend. There you go, right
Every
there.
Thursday.
Keep your numbers small. That's why we brilliant right there. Therapy Thursday is here just for that help. All right? Let's go.